All right, peace and power, family. I've been seeing a lot of videos on social media. I'm not gonna really talk about um, which social media platforms that I am referring to. I don't think there's a need to mention the names. It's just the content that I've been seeing as far as organizations are concerned. And one of the organizations that I'm talking about is the one that I belong to, or one of the organizations that I belong to, which is the new Black Panther Party. Now, there are many mixed feelings about the new Black Panther Party, some good, some bad. Some of those feelings come from outside of the party, and some of those feelings come from within the party. So, what I want to deal with is the aspect of the ones that come from within the party, with those individuals that are in the party, and those individuals who chose to leave the party for reasons that are pertaining to what is going on in the party from the past, as well as what's going on in the party now. And how I feel about that is this: when people leave an organization, and dealing with this organization in particular, you always hear them say that the organization is fucked up. And usually when they leave, they have a lot of ill things to say about that particular organization. And sometimes they say ill things about the individuals that they have a problem with. And whatever way that you're feeling, you are entitled to feel the way that you feel. You are entitled to say the things that you want to say about your experiences in that organization. But here's where I have a problem with that at. Talk about the individual if you must talk about it, as far as your bad experience within the organization, because the organization has nothing to do with how you feel. The organization is an entity that was created for the purpose of helping our people. And in order for that organization to do what it's supposed to do, the organization itself is not to blame for the ill treatment that you received, or because things didn't go the way in which you thought that they should go. The organization is based on what you do in that organization. And if there are things that are not going the way that you feel like they should go, then stay true to your convictions and make it get better. Because it has nothing to do with the organization. It's fucked up people in all walks of life. And we are no different. And when it comes to organizations, all organizations got fucked up people in them. Hell, I even heard Minister Farrakhan say, we got niggas in bow ties, because he's not naive to the fact that you got some people that are in those organizations that are doing the work, and you got some people that are in those organizations that are just in there to get the recognition, to get the fame, just to say, oh, we did A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Those are the people that are always in front of the fucking camera, and they're not doing the work. The people who are actually doing the work, they don't give a fuck about being in front of the camera. Yeah, you may see them in some photos, some videos, but their main focus is doing the fucking work. And when it comes to our organization, we have rules, we have regulations. If you break those, you have to deal with the consequences of that. We have those 5 pillars that we have to go by. And one of those pillars that we have to go by that deals with our attitude, not just our attitude outside of the party, but our attitude in the party. Did you respect your fellow comrade? That's the question that we have to ask at the end of the day. And then on top of that, if someone says something about you inside of the party, it's not a question of what they said. The question is, were they right? And if they were right, can you handle that type of criticism? And if you can't, don't get mad about the shit and then go outside of the party and then start talking shit about the party or any organization that you belong to. Because that's how this divide keeps getting wider and wider and wider, to the point where when everybody else looks at our shit, whether it's the organization or the people outside of the organization, we become a fucking joke. So with all this black power revolutionary shit that we taught, we can't even live by that shit. because niggas, like, their egos get in the way instead of doing the fucking work. There have been plenty of people that have been in these organizations, whether it's the gun clubs, whether it's the New Black Panther Party, whether it's the Nation of Islam. No matter what that group or entity is, there were good people that were in these organizations that left because you had niggas doing bullshit. And then at the end of the day, when we look at this shit, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, organizations that were birthed back then that are still around now, or organizations that was birthed back then that are not around now, for whatever the case may be. Whatever the case may be, these organizations have always had niggas in them. But at the same time, they've always and also had good people in them, good black people trying to do the fucking work. So at the end of the day, if you are one of those individuals that happens to be one of those good people, man, don't let motherfuckers run you out of that organization, because that organization needs you. And if we keep running when the pressure comes, when it seems like it's too much to bear, then how in the fuck are we gonna win this war? And then on top of that, let's look at this shit this way. For all the people that left for whatever reason, and like I said, you're entitled to do whatever you want to and say what you want to, then why come we don't take that same energy and apply it to the fucking enemy that we were supposed to have been fighting when we were inside the organization and when we chose to leave that organization? You can tell the New Black Panther Party, the Nation of Islam, the Huey Newton gun clubs, or any other black organization that was started, that whenever they did some shit that you didn't like, whether they was right or wrong, and you chose to leave and then talk shit about them and be like, fuck them, and you do everything to undermine what the organization is there for. Not the people, not the fucked up people that's in the organization. You choose to undermine the organization, but not go after the fucking people. And even when you go after the people, do that shit off the fucking camera, man. But when we do shit like that, why do you not take that same energy and do it against the fucking enemy? And see, that's a question that we need to ask ourselves. Why come you don't do it when it's dealing with the enemy? Because as soon as you say all of this shit about the New Black Panther Party, the Nation of Islam, the Huey P. Newton gun clubs, instead of talking directly about the motherfuckers that fucked you over and is fucking over the organization, y'all talk about the whole goddamn organization as if everybody in it is that way. And that is not true. But then when it comes to what the enemy does, all of the shit we know that these motherfuckers have done over the years, even presently, you don't have that same conviction. You don't have that same conviction. And then these motherfuckers keep getting, these people get away with fucking murder, literally. And we talking about some shit in our organizations that ain't even dealing with fucking murder. It's just some shit where motherfuckers' feelings get hurt. But these motherfuckers get away with murder, literally. And every damn thing else, they get a pat on the fucking back or we let them slide. But when it comes to black people as a whole and our organizations, man, we break them over the fucking coals to the point where the enemy don't have to do shit. Because we do it for them. But then we feel like we got the nerve to come out and say all of these damn things and give all of these weak ass motherfucking talking points. Go on shows and spit shit that is not even relevant to what the fucking organization stands for and stood for. You're talking about some individual shit or a handful of people that have fucked you over. Go after them, but leave the fucking organization out of it, man. That shit has got to stop. And if we can't get our fucking priorities straight, then how in the hell are we supposed to even throw up a damn black fist? Scream Mayat, which deals with balance, when we can't even get our shit right. There is no fucking balance in the black community, period. Black people as a fucking whole, we are always at odds with each other. But then when the enemy does something, we get riled up for a few minutes, then go back to damn sleep and it's business as usual. But with them damn organizations, we hold a fucking grudge up until the day we goddamn die. And nothing changes. So I'm gonna ask this question that I asked when we had a meeting this Sunday, or past Sunday just passed, when I was in VA. What is the fucking end game? What are you niggas trying to accomplish? Or is all of this shit in vain? And if it is, no one needs to scream black power or talk about some revolutionary shit when we don't even know what the fucking end game is. And if we know what the damn end game is, we too fucking chicken shit to do any damn thing about it, to make sure that the end game that we all know needs to happen will happen. So the next time those of you that are in these parties, especially the new Black Panther Party, and you chose to leave, or if you're still in the party and things don't set well with you, man, take a different route when you talk about this shit. Because you are entitled to say the things that you have to say. Just don't put that shit on social media, because the enemy is always watching. And it's to the point now where they don't need a fucking COINTELPRO. They don't need another infiltrator. Only thing they need to do is just sit back now and just watch the fucking madness unfold. Because we're doing all of the work that needs to be done for the damn enemy. And then we want to turn around and scream black power and throw up a fucking black fist, man. You motherfuckers is a goddamn joke. Get your priorities straight. If you're going to deal with Mayat, then create real balance and not this off balance shit that a lot of us do. And on that note, I'm out, man. Black power.